Hello YouTube family, welcome back to Nadia Alchemy. My name is Nadia and this is going to be a candle wax reading. Welcome to those of you that are new here, and welcome back for those of you who have stuck around. Thank you. I intend to do more of these readings come the summer. I'm a little bit hectic with some classes I'm taking, but I really try to get at least one YouTube reading out a week. So if you like these messages, or if you resonate with my style of reading, please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how it resonates, because I love to hear it. So today, because I've been seeing a lot of yin and yang symbolism, I thought it'd be a good idea to do yin and yang candles. That's why we have a white candle here on the left, which is pile number 1, and this black candle on the right, which is pile number 2. And I also, you'll notice the duality within I put the white candle in the darker bowl and the darker candle in the white bowl to give that same dualistic kind of feel. I definitely feel like we talk a lot about Gemini being this dualistic energy, but we are in Pisces season now, and Pisces is also a dualistic kind of energy, right? There's a fish going upwards towards the heaven and one going downwards, and that essentially is what the energy of Pisces is. There's very high vibrational Pisces energy, and then there's a lower vibrational spectrum of Pisces, which is like confusion, delusion, things like this. The higher aspect would be spirit, the ethers, the unknown, the unseen, right? The spiritual. So go ahead. And so the way that before you pick your pile, the way that I do this is when I pick a pile or when I visit a candle wax reading, and I am clearing the energy now of the cards, because there will be tarot card clarifications and oracle clarifications after each candle wax reading, is that I take a deep breath. I call in my guides, my angels, my ancestors of the highest light. I close my eyes, and when I open them, whichever pile my eyes gravitated to, that is the pile that I choose. I do intend that these readings and these messages are timeless. I also intend that they be fluid, so you may resonate with certain things from both piles. So if they both call your attention, by all means, please select both and listen to the entire message. All right, so let's get started here. Pile number 1. You chose this white candle, which is usually the yang of yin and yang. So perhaps you are leaning more into your masculine energy as of late. But as you know, the yin and the yang, they both contain a little bit of each, right? And in Taoism, this is true, that we all have masculine and feminine energies within us, right? So what I mean by you could be leaning more to your masculine energy at this time is that you could be more focused on the physical, tangible world as opposed to the spiritual, right? And perhaps that's what you need to do, is to lean a little bit more into your spiritual energy, right? Into stillness, into the void, into doing less and feeling more, right? This can also mean that you are a masculine energy, and masculine energy is more than just gender. It just means that you may feel or more identify with the masculine energy more than the feminine. Or you could have come here regarding a masculine energy in your life. So the first thing I notice here is this little piece of wax here looks like a butterfly. So you could be going through a big transformation, or someone that you're connected to could be going through a big transformation. I definitely see this has been a transformation that has been throughout the winter season, much like the seasons. You have been shifting through the winter. You could live in a place that's cold or that snows, because I'm seeing that as well. I'm seeing snowflakes. And from a symbology perspective, right, snowflakes are exquisite, they're detailed, they're all different, they're all unique. Okay, so perhaps there's something unique that you're meant to bring to this world, right? Into this tangible world. You could have a unique set of gifts, or ways that you are specifically creative in your own unique way. I'm also seeing like different groups of people. You could resonate with different groups of people or been like those people growing up that had different friends from different friend groups, depending on like what you like to do. So like for example, I really loved music, so I had certain friends that, you know, we like the same kind of music. I really liked art, so I had my artsy friends. I had my friends that were more of like the bookworms because I love to read books, and so these were different groups of people, right? And that's what I see around you as well. I'm also seeing like petals. Maybe you guys have been thinking of doing some kind of flower bath. A rose bath is really good for bringing in love, but also could also clear you, especially if you use like white roses. Red is more like love oriented baths. Use red roses. Or you could be curious about glamour magic. I've been seeing a lot around about glamour magic, and it's more than a physical thing. Glamour magic is like being confident and knowing who you are and stepping into the beautiful person that you are. You know, we don't have to be outwardly beautiful to be beautiful, right? Although I feel that everybody's beautiful in their own way. You guys could be Chinese astrology, the snake. I'm seeing snake energy here. It could be going through some kind of kundalini awakening. You usually feel the energy in your spine. Particularly for this group, maybe the bottom half of your spine, the lower chakras, which are like the roots, the sacral, the solar. I'm also seeing like a dragon here. You could also be, this is a year of a dragon, but you could also be a dragon year in Chinese astrology, which means it's going to be a very fortunate year for you, very abundant, very successful year for you. Or otherwise, maybe this dragon year 2024 is going to be significant in your transformation journey. Or perhaps the journey of someone close to you. Yeah, I see spirit, like, I really see, I don't know if you guys have noticed the way that the wax has fallen, but it's almost like it's been like step by step. And that's how I feel your spiritual journey has been. It's been like slow steps in your awakening, or you like truly seeing transformation in whatever you were asking about or whatever you are thinking about. Could be related to a person. The 8 years, a lot about divine connections, spiritual connections, karmic connections, especially right now with that the nodes are in Libra and Aries. And maybe the upcoming eclipse in April might have some significance to you in a karmic connection. Again, karmic is not negative. I'm seeing an O here. Also a C, a V. Some of you that wants or are trying will be having babies. This 8 years are very fertile years. A lot of people are having babies this year, or getting married, or getting engaged. An O can also be like a ring. I feel like you also might be surprised at something. Something might come into your life or come back into your life, and you're going to be really surprised, group number 1. I also see a new puppy for someone, maybe like a poodle, something furry and cute, smaller dog. Or maybe someone has a dog here that has passed on. Or this is the dog that you're going to have, or this is the dog that you have. Very playful. Be careful that it doesn't eat anything that might harm it. Keep it away from, because it looks like it's like your puppy may be mischievous. I'm also seeing a P. This also looks like the sign of Taurus to me. So you could be a Taurus, or could be dealing with a Taurus. Again, I feel like things have been slow and steady, but especially for some of you when it comes to money, but things are going to start picking up. And for some, it's going to be people buying your products. For others, it's going to be people coming to you for some kind of service. But I definitely see things growing around you, clientele growing. You might work with small children as well for some of you. Could be a teacher. You could be studying to be a teacher. For others, I see might be in the medical field, might be thinking about becoming a doctor. You could also be like x-ray techs and things like this, because I'm seeing like a skull, like from the side. And skulls are also indestructible. Or I have a card that says, it has a skull symbolism and it says indestructible. I'm sure, I know that skulls can be crushed, but for me, this is just like symbolism saying, you know, there's something in your life that's indestructible. Again, for some, I really feel it's a connection. It's a connection that has grown, that maybe there's been some distance or there's been ups and downs, but I see things taking form and just overall like more stability in the physical. Or this could just be you, more stability for you, for your money, for, you know, who you want to be, what the kind of life that you want to create. I see many opportunities, different opportunities to make money. For some, what I thought was a puppy looks like a lion too. You could be a Leo, or life may be calling on you and your strengths at this time. Let me see if I see anything else here. I'm seeing an N there. Definitely seeing a heart right here. Look at this chunk, how it kind of lifted off the water. Something's definitely taking off for this pile. Several things, more than likely. Things you've put a lot of hard work, effort into. It's like people are noticing you more. This also looks like a frog to me. You see how it's like dangling on the edge? For some of you, you're like scared to fly. You're scared to let go of the past. You're scared to like take a leap of faith. And this is your sign that you should definitely take it. That you're being held by the universe. For a lot of you, I feel like you have like blurred eyesight. Like you feel like you're not seeing things clearly. And I definitely think that clarity is coming. Look at this. It's like dangling. Or this might be someone like dangling someone in a relationship. It's like they're not letting go. And it seems like neither are you, to be honest. Ooh, I see people going to Disney. I see the Minnie and Mickey ears. I see an M here. Remember earlier I said marriage? Matrimony. This kind of looks like a phallic symbol to me. I know, Nadia, you and your dirty minds. So to me, that's either that, again, there's like this masculine energy here. Can't deny it. I'm also seeing V here, which is like a victory. Oh my God, I don't know if you guys can hear the music coming from the street, but it's like rock and roll. Maybe you like rock and roll. Someone's ready to rock and roll. You're ready to rock and roll. I also see an H, a Z. It's funny because this looks like two Z's kind of facing each other, like a mirror image. So that you might resonate with like mirrored connections. Something big happening in your connection this year. And it's like they also kind of look like snakes, right? It's like you both have transformed, you both have shed skins. You're both ready to make something together, something new. What else? For some, it might be raining where you are. It's going to be raining soon, and that's like spirit sign for you from this reading that things are like clearing. There's a purification happening. Some of you might be seeing like shapes in the clouds. Maybe like eagle. It looks like eagle wings. It's like an ancestor spirit. You know what this is starting to look like for me too? Like the old ball and chain. Some of you may have like, there may be relationships that are over in your life, like marriages, that you may be releasing yourself from. Or thinking about like, you know, it's not in alignment with you anymore. You feel like it's not leading anywhere. It's kind of weighing you down. Do I see anything else here? Some of you may be flight attendants too. This looks like the little American Airlines little things that the wings they used to put on people. Or maybe you could be thinking about being a flight attendant. Maybe American Airlines is somewhere where you should apply. Let's see. What other messages will come through for pile number 1? Seven of Swords. Yeah, someone here like needs to keep it real with themselves, and they haven't been doing that, right? And it's like spirit, like maybe you've like been facing a lot of challenges, especially like there's like a mindset that needs to shift. And for some, I feel like that's that old ball and chain message I gave there. Like there's, you know, you feel that something's not right in a relationship, and you're right. It's time to like move forward, to take like control over your life. But for some, this is a take control over your thoughts as well. It's your own thoughts that are inhibiting you from moving forward, right? And this Chariot energy says, yeah, there's a possibility for movement, but you have to drive that car. You gotta take the wheel, right? You gotta keep it real with yourself. Brothers, you may meet somebody in a cafe, you know, get to know them before you know, give too much away. You know, the world is crazy out there. So just be careful with that. 10 of Wands, yeah. Like I was saying before, there's a situation here that you're in your head about, pile number 1. And this might be a specific message for someone specific out there that's going to pick this pile. But it's like something has reached the end with the 10 of Wands. Like energetically, it's just gotten so heavy. And you keep like deceiving yourself about what this is, right? And it's time to move forward with the Chariot energy. Bottom of the deck. Oh, look, the sun is popping out. Love that. So there are brighter times ahead once you get out of like that old mindset, or like the mindset that you can't shift, or that you can't come out of this, or that you're stuck or trapped in some kind of way. There's healing happening here for you once you decide that you no longer want to think that way. You no longer have to be in situations that don't feel good to you, or that you feel that are deceiving you, or that you're deceiving yourself, and it's just like a toxic mentality, right? With the Magician, it's like Pisces season now is the perfect time to feel into whatever reality you want to manifest in the future. You have all the tools, right? You could be doing candle magic or plant medicine, or you may have plant babies. And Spirit is saying it's time to focus on you and the growth that you want to see in your life. And don't let other situations kind of like weigh you down. Obviously, don't hurt people. Think things through. But there's definitely this end of like a heavy situation for this pile. And again, that's the transformation we were talking about through the wax reading, right? There's healing happening here. There's transformation. There's this self-empowerment with the Magician. Yeah, moving on to calmer waters, definitely here. Some of you actually might be in a big city or New York, because these are definitely New York inclined cards. But you're definitely moving on to calmer waters here with the 6 of Swords, okay? You're moving on from that self-deception. You're putting yourself in a position of power with the Magician. You're using your tools to create a different life. You're balancing the pros and the cons with the 2 of Coins here. Making a decision in the physical based on what is best for you, the Tower. And if you don't, the universe might do it for you with the Hermit, okay? It definitely feels like with the Hermit there, I mean, this is the Tower, but with the Hermit, it's like this is a time of self-growth, of self-reflection. It's not really about doing things for the people. It's about going through the spiritual process, right? Taking that leap of faith for some of you. Some of you may be moving somewhere, might be traveling overseas or moving overseas. It's like this, where you've been at is not where you're meant to be, and you're going somewhere new. You're healing. That's the end of that cycle there with the Ten of Wands. Then you have inner child. Interesting. So you could also be transforming. Oh, I just saw 2022 on the clock. So you could be seeing 222. And this is also a 2 card here. And it says inner child, play, laugh, silly, heal child wounds. So maybe you're stuck in a situation because you were, you know, conditioned as a kid to stay in situations like that, because maybe you witnessed it in your parents' relationship, or you witnessed your parents in jobs that they didn't enjoy, or doing things that they didn't really enjoy and they just did for the money. Like, because this can also be about work, about leaving a toxic work environment, or leaving a work or a job or a project that, you know, you're deceiving yourself about. You know that you're not happy doing that and it's time to move on. It's kind of like with the Tower, it's, you know, leave it alone, or move past this, or be dragged kind of energy, right? And again, as a child, what did you love to do? Like, what really inspired you? This is how you heal those inner child wounds. And even more so than that is acknowledging the inner child and telling it that you are safe. You're safe to live your authentic life. You are safe to move on from things that no longer resonate or feel too heavy. You are safe to leave toxic work environments, or toxic relationships, or toxic mindsets, right? And to remember that you're loved, and to love on that inner child as well. And to play, like, it doesn't all have to be serious, you know, and responsibility, like play and laugh is part of evolution, is part of growth, right? In the bottom of the deck, you have stillness. Yeah, so before you make any decisions, for sure, cultivate stillness and really sit with your emotions, calm the mind. You've been doing a lot of overthinking, and for some, that overthinking is leading you astray. It's getting you really tired and overstimulated and feeling like your energy is depleted. It's time to silence the mind, to grow in your awareness, to observe the mind, right? Observe. Become a casual observer of your own thoughts, and don't trip over them or let them prevent you from getting to where you're meant to go, is definitely the message here. A lot of soul reflection here, and it makes sense because we did talk a lot about transformation in the cards. So for those of you who resonate with that part, I'm sure, yeah, there's also this energy of nostalgia here, okay? Or maybe for some of you, this is, you know, you're stuck on what a relationship used to be, right? Instead of what it is now. Or this could be a relationship coming from the past, reconciliation, a gift. I did see flowers there. Someone might be getting flowers. But I'm going to roll the dice to see if I can pull. Ooh, 9 of Cups. So there is a wish fulfillment coming for you guys. As soon as you get clear and you like sit in your own energy, right? There's a wish fulfillment here. And for some, 4 of Wands, you know, a more aligned connection, a more happy home life is on the way. Okay, for some, this is working on your connection and where you feel like it's fallen out of alignment. And for others, it's leaving a connection that has expired, or like, you know, the time has passed, and you know this. You would know this, okay, you guys? Yeah, there's this clarity coming in, this new beginning, this new idea, this new project. Write it down. Journal what it is you want your life to look like. Come Aries season or come Taurus season, because those are more tangible. Like, you know, Pisces season is like the void. It's like creating what you want. But if you visualize it now and you sit with it now, then come those seasons, you can materialize them, right? So let's see any more signs that want to come through. Believe that's Neptune, so it could be Pisces. You could be Pisces watching this, or this could involve a Pisces. I also see Capricorn, Jupiter, which is also Sag, the Moon, which is Cancer. Yeah, this is Capricorn here, which is Saturn. Let's see any of the signs. Again, you don't have to be these signs. You could just resonate. I mean, this could just be further confirmation. Yeah, Taurus. I definitely saw a lot of Taurus. Could be Leo as well. for this pile. So I hope that resonated, you guys. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. I also have an Instagram. Please go follow me there, Nadia_alchemy, where I post daily content. But yeah, I hope that you liked this reading. And if you did and want to book a personal reading, nadia-alchemy.com is where I have my candle wax reading set up. So love you guys. Thank you for being here. And now pile number 2. You selected this black candle, which is yin energy, feminine energy. You could be in a little bit of a void right now, or feeling like you're much more spiritual than usual, or you're more connected to your spiritual energy, or this is what you're needing to do. Again, everybody has feminine and masculine energy. This is not gender specific. This is whatever energy you're embodying. When I said that you feel like you're in the void, it's like you can't see forward, right? You can't see backwards. You're just kind of in this state of stillness, in this state of suspension, right? Kind of like the Hanged Man. And that's good. That's where you're meant to be. And a lot of us are there in Pisces season. Look at how funny. This one came out dark and this one came out light. Again, that duality. You could be experiencing duality, which means that like you're feeling one thing spiritually, but seeing something different manifest in the physical. And, you know, the goal on the spiritual journey is to go from duality to like looking at things dualistically, like black or white, to looking at things from a place of polarity, meaning there's always going to be both, right? There's always going to be up and down, dark and light. Like that's the path of life, the path of the soul. I definitely see angelic energy around this pile. You could also have like really big placements, like a Lilith, Black Moon Lilith in like the first house, which definitely gives you like this mysterious, kind of alluring energy, sensual, sexual, right? There's a lot of repressed desires associated with Black Moon Lilith. There's also could be that there's this sense of repressed desires within you, like something you haven't fully explored within your psyche or within this physical realm that you really enjoy. I'm also seeing like bat symbolism. So I don't know if you like Batman or if you've been seeing bats or like the symbolism of bats. Bats come out at night, and if I'm pretty sure they're blind, and they how they travel is that they navigate by feeling, by sensing, by sound. And that's really what you're being guided to do, to like really listen, to tune into yourself. Your senses are guiding you. Especially whatever you feel like conflicted about, or like you're not really sure what's going on. Tune in is what I'm hearing, and it'll make more sense. This pile, you could have lost somebody recently as well, because I see like this angel energy around you, but it feels like someone that you knew. And they're just here kind of confirming to you that, yeah, I know that grief is hard and that it feels like darkness, but you know, when our loved ones leave this physical plane, it doesn't mean that they're gone entirely. They're still a part of us in our memories and in our hearts and in our energy. Like they've become, you know, they say that when someone dear to you leaves the physical, it's because they were meant to protect you in the spiritual. I'm feeling like a little bit of this energy in my solar plexus. So I don't know if you've been feeling insecure or doubtful. This also looks like a turtle to me, or like a crab. You could be a Cancer, or you could be someone that like puts on this hard shell, but you have like all this emotion underneath. You're very emotional, but Cancers are also very intuitive. And when I say emotional, I don't mean on the outside. I mean on the inside. It's not something you may share with people. You could also be a Scorpio. I'm seeing Scorpio, Pluto energy here. You could be going through a very transformative time or have Pluto in the first house, or like I don't have Pluto in the first house, but I had it since my solar return, because Pluto has gone into Aquarius and I'm an Aquarius ascendant. So that could be, you could be an Aquarius ascendant. That would mean Pluto's in your first house. And there's a lot of transformation happening in your life. You know, it doesn't mean negatively. Could just mean that this is a time of transformation. Like you've left one era and entering another one. I see someone getting a leg up. Like if you've been having like a really hard time recently, I feel like things are going to get lighter for you. Someone's going to help you. Someone's going to step in. Spirit's going to step in and help you with something that you've been struggling with. Or like a question you've been asking yourself, because this looks like a question mark here, is going to be answered. You're going to get clarity on it. Oh my gosh, this looks like it looks like arms and a head. Looks like a toddler. Maybe you have a toddler, or oh my gosh, all this baby energy always comes up in these candle wax readings. I guess I must be speaking to a collective out there, because you guys definitely seem to receive these messages as well. This could be a baby coming in for someone, or someone may have a toddler. Or it could be like a spirit baby, like someone like feeling that energy around, or someone who's lost a baby. They could have that energy around, and they're also like your little guardian angels. It also looked like a little ducky to me before as well. Like, you know, the little duckies that kids play with. And ducks are, well, I don't have any cards that have ducks on them, but I do have cards that have looms on them. And looms are, they usually signify, like, I think because they mate for life. Looms speak of like uncommon bonds. So this could be you and your child. This can be you and a partner. You have an uncommon bond, and it's special and it's real, if that's something you've been wondering about, and they feel it too. You know what this is looking like to me? Like a petri dish, or like, I don't know if some of you have done IVF. I know that there's some issues out there in the world now, especially in the United States, regarding this. It's a hot topic. Maybe you've been thinking about that, or maybe you have some frozen eggs, or I don't know, but I see it like forming into an embryo. So it could be that you've decided to have another child in that way, or use them. To bring life. This can also just mean that you are birthing, you're bringing to life something new. Okay, something fresh, a fresh idea, a fresh perspective. For some of you, you're literal writers. And this is like, and you haven't, it looks like ink blots. It's not that you've been a writer since people wrote with ink. Okay, this isn't something that you just picked up in this life. You were a writer. You are a writer. Write that book, write those thoughts. Like there's a story within you that wants to be told. I see people like dipping the pen into, or the feather into ink, and like writing, right? Maybe calligraphy is something that you're into, something that you're exploring. For a lot of you, the energy feels dense, but things are going to become more transparent and more like obvious to you. Especially those of you who are like, are getting messages from like beyond the veil, like people who have passed on, or energies that have passed on, or it could be, like I said, loved ones. They're angels now for you. You could be seeing feathers. It's like the unseen is speaking to you. Are you listening kind of energy? Could also be messages through music, so pay attention to that as well. Something about paint. Some of you might be wanting to like freshen up an old space for inspiration, and you're like repainting the walls. This will be good. It'll make the room feel like a new room. Some of you could be like an interior design as well, or thinking about like interior design, or like changing up the landscape around you. Oh, I just thought of oil. This looked like oil. Maybe you're from the Middle East, or you come from money, or this could be another life. And it's like these resources are like untapped. If it's not something that you are right now presently, it's something that you can tap into, these resources, natural resources available to you. Because, you know, oil is a natural resource. This looked like a mask to me for a second ago, a mask. You know, take off the mask, be willing to show yourself, be willing to be transparent about your art, about your work, about who you are. This is going to serve you. Some of you could be like witchy energy too. I just got that when I was blowing out the candle. Could have witchy energy. That's why I was getting like the Scorpio vibe before. Could have a Scorpio midheaven, which means like you're meant to do this witchy work. Or that's maybe who you were in another life as well. And you're like tapping into these gifts. Let's see what else I see here. For some, it's like if you are thinking of having a child through IVF, I feel like it's more than one. It could be 2 or 3. And that's very common with those type of situations. Or for others, you might just be having twins or triplets unexpectedly. I also see a flower here. Maybe buy flowers for your home, or you're a flower. Spirit wants to say you're a flower, you're growing. For others of you, that there's life growing within you. I see a T here. Some of you may be gamers too, because I see people like sitting and playing video games. I know that there's a new game coming out, or an old game that's like a rebirth. I think it's called Final Fantasy something. Maybe for some of you, you're having a rebirth, and I don't know, that's the message that they gave me. You're being reborn better than before. You're going to, you know, whatever gift you're bringing to the world is going to be well received, because that game has been very well received by others recently. I think it hasn't come out yet. It's going to come out. This also looks to me like a heart, like in the middle of all that darkness. It's like, remember who you are. Like, remember that even though you might be feeling like you're in darkness right now, that there's so much love around you. And not only that, but that you're love. Some of you, this is your second child. So there's like a little baby here, and then like a belly there. Definitely getting Capricorn, Taurus energy from this pile, but also Scorpio and Cancer. And it's funny because they all sit on the same axis: Cancer, Capricorn, Taurus, Scorpio, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's right. There's like big life events coming from this pile too. Like 3 or 4. Or there have been 3 or 4 life events that have been really impactful in your life. I also see a J there. This definitely looks like Batman, or like a Batman signal, or a bat again. Bats are symbolic of transformation, of rebirth, of navigating the darkness, growing from that, learning how to navigate the darkness. Some of you might be getting a new car, black. This looks like a car up here. Looks like a sports car, to be honest. Look at, these are all like black wax, but these are clear here. And that, it looks like a butterfly or a moth and like an angel. It's like through all the darkness, like you still have this guidance, you're still protected. And again, it's the void is fertile. So all these messages about babies could also be just like, there's so many ideas that could be coming to pass, or that, you know, that's why you're in the void, so that you could sit there and listen to yourself and listen to where you're meant to go, and to be guided by that knowing, your own inner knowing. If you see like grandma energy here, like sitting with a little kid in their lap, again, there could be grandma energy here. This also looks like the Buddha to me, like in some of the like depiction of the Buddha, he has like his knees up front and he's got like his hands up. That's what it looks like to me here. Buddha is all about enlightenment, about, you know, that attachment is the root of all suffering, letting go of things that, you know, create suffering in our lives. They're also putting too much focus on the material, releasing that and focusing more on the spiritual and enlightenment, on finding happiness within, finding source within, you know, God within us. Ooh, this looks like, it's upside down, but it looks like an eagle or a turkey. So it could be something significant happening around Scorpio season or Thanksgiving. But it also looks like an eagle. An eagle spirit is like the ancestors. I also see like a mic here. So it could be singers here, musically inclined folks, maybe a new opportunity in that way. For some, I heard like that dream had died, but no, there's other opportunities here. I have a cousin that actually sings on a cruise ship. You never know. Maybe that's something you need to explore. Different ways to utilize your gifts. Pile number 2. This also looks like a person like walking through like a threshold. Like this looks like a mountain, like walking into the light. You know, maybe you've been through a dark time, but you're walking towards the light now. Things are going to get clearer. Things are going to get lighter. This has been a rite of passage for you, group number 2. And it looks like a W. There's a wind coming. Also romantically, because I see a lot of hearts here. And look here, it looks like someone like holding some kind of prize or some kind of trophy, and the other hand is up like, yeah, I won. Sorry, I didn't mean to move this so much. You're winning at something. I see an M there. Like, that looks like a person that's like in their heart. For some of you, it looks like you feel like there's something missing from your life, but what's missing is like having a relationship with the divine, or like your spirituality, or like your sense of self. Like maybe you're seeking outside of yourself, or you're thinking of your life as empty because of something that's lacking. But what Spirit is saying is that that void that you feel within is just you seeking God, you seeking spirit or source, or whatever you call that higher power, or even your own enlightened self, your higher self, right? You're not alone. You're never alone. You have so much support in the unseen. Group number 2. Ooh, Justice. Okay, so this is like Spirit's way of saying like whatever you've gone through, like it's been for a reason, and you're gonna get what you deserve. For others, it could be some kind of legal issue that's coming, that's gonna be completed or resolved. For others, you might be a Libra, or you may be in the law. You might be thinking of law. Ooh, 10 of Swords. Or this could be an end of a relationship as well. An end of a karmic cycle, an end of a difficult relationship that's no longer resonating, or the end of a career. But it's fair. It's what you want. In the end, it's going to serve you. But again, with the 10 of Swords, it's like the worst is behind you. I'm not giving you news. The worst is behind you. For some, this is a legal issue. or if this is just some darkness that you've been navigating in your own personal lives, the worst is behind you. The karma is completed. You're moving forward. X marks the spot. You're going to find something new. You're going to stop battling yourself about something. Like the ego, your ego might be getting in the way about something. Just, you know, whatever this hurt is about, whatever this ending is about, it's time to move forward. It's time to let it go. It's time to let that cycle karmically complete for you so that you can, you know, brighter times, right? Yeah, Page of Pentacles, so that you can start something new, have a new idea, bring something else into your life that will be fruitful. Yes, something that inspires you, something that brings you passion. Yeah, King of Pentacles, and equally finances. So for those of you who've been struggling with that, maybe it's because you were doing something that wasn't really feeding your soul, or wasn't really something that was satisfying you. And so, you know, maybe you were in your head about it, you were battling yourself a little bit about it here, but there's this new, once you move past that, right? You get out of your head, you get out of thinking about how you could have done things differently, and just allow this karmic cycle to complete. A new opportunity comes up, a new inspiration, your passion is reignited, you're able to step in a new direction, you're able to take a step up, right? And that brings a lot of stability towards you, a lot of, you know, financial abundance. But also this is like a lot of maturity too, because I'm getting Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo vibes there. Mostly Capricorn and Taurus though here with the King of Pentacles. Yeah. What did I say? Ace of Wands, a new beginning, new inspiration, you getting clear about things, and you calling in exactly what you desire. Queen of Wands here. You could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or a fire sign, Leo, Sag, or Aries. There's definitely, for some, this is a relationship. You're this Queen of Wands or this Queen of Swords, and you're calling in the King of Pentacles, someone who is grounded. If you are a masculine watching this, then, or you identify with masculine energy, you're calling in this feminine energy, either an air sign or a fire sign, or both. She could be like me, that, you know, Leo sun, Aquarius rising kind of energy. Scorpio moon, because I got so much Scorpio energy here. What else for pile number 2? Ooh, a full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. Yeah, the intent, definitely the passion is rising in your life, okay? It could actually mean like some kind of passionate endeavor, but this can also be like, you know, be mindful of your emotions and your reactions to things too. Your commitment is being tested. Definitely your commitment has been tested in the past, for sure. Either to a project, to a relationship, to a job. And what Spirit is saying, you either have to look at things from a different perspective, or you're in this like energy of suspension, that which I've been talking about during the whole wax reading, because you need to view things from another perspective. This is Pisces. Could also be, what I'm getting from this as well, is that maybe there's something that you tried to do in the past that didn't work, and it was because you weren't truly like confident about it, because you also have this new moon in Leo here. Confidence is your key to success, right? It's like, yeah, you need to heal from something in the past that disempowered you in some kind of way, and as soon as you let that go and you know, you embrace your confidence, Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, you're clear about what you want, King of Pentacles, it grounds, it creates stability. This new opportunity for this project that didn't work out in the past comes back up, or it could be a relationship, could be a job. But there's definitely a karmic cycle that needed to be completed there, and you needed to be more confident versus like battling yourself about whether you were doing the right thing. So that's why the Hanged Man is there, because it wants you to see things from a different perspective. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. Could be something you put a lot of work in, you planted the seed, you're waiting to see it materialize, and it will. It will, because you had the King of Pentacles there. I'm just going to roll the dice to see if I can get any additional signs. Could also, you have the Page of Cups there. It's a young water sign. Yeah, look, your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So for some, it's not that something is ending. It's that you've had like past failures discourage you. And what Spirit is saying is that not anymore. Like, be confident about what you're doing, and the opportunity for it to be reignited will come back up in whatever context that means. Could be a project, could be work, could be a relationship. We just had a Virgo moon, so you could be a Virgo. You could have your moon in Taurus, but this is Cancer energy, the moon. And this is the sun in your chart. The sun rules Leo, but could just indicate your sun sign. Yeah, this is Neptune, Pisces energy, or Sagittarius energy. Or is this Neptune? I think I just got that twice. So again, whatever confusion there's been in your life or lack of clarity, I definitely feel like there's clarity coming in. Yeah, and there's Leo. Leo energy. So a lot of Pisces and Leo energy here means that there's, for a lot of you, this is about something creative that maybe you've given up on, or a certain passion project, or it could be literal. It could also be a relationship, something that maybe you gave up on and it's like resurfacing. And, you know, sometimes relationships take a little longer to materialize in the way that we'd like them to. Ooh, could also be Aquarius. Or not so much that, but that, you know, relationships, like everything else, take work. And there's going to be lulls. There's going to be ups and downs, valleys and peaks. Anything that stands a test of time is going to go through that, you know. Ooh, look at this. Yep, as I'm talking about relationships, you have this Ace of Cups. So that's why I keep getting that message. Yeah, Five of Wands. Maybe the energy just wasn't right in the past for this connection. But I really do feel like there's this new romantic beginning, and it starts from your own confidence, your own high vibration, you giving yourself the love that you wish to receive from others, and aligning yourself to that high vibrational new beginning in love and relationships. And look, I'm noticing the Lotus here, which is like, you know, you've been through a lot of muck. A lot of people have, you know, it's through relationships that we awaken sometimes, conscious partnership. Maybe you guys resonate with like the whole twin flame dynamic thing, or like, if you don't like that word, just conscious partnership, spiritual connections. The dove here also reminds me of marriage, which I think I have, I don't know if I mentioned in this pile, but could be a marriage proposal, something like this. That's considered the holy grail, you know, the holy grail of love. Anything else regarding this love message before we go, Spirit, for pile number 2? Can't look, literally, confidence is your key to success, Leo energy. Look at the bigger picture, Sagittarius, full moon in Sag, and take time to breathe out. Okay, so especially if you've been like feeling really intense during this Virgo full moon, a lot of people felt that. Take time to breathe, to get clear, to recenter yourself, to remember that you're a catch and that you deserve the absolute best in everything. And with Sag, it's like trust, like have faith in what you love as well. For pile number 2, it's another message. Lots of messages, you guys. And you have what do you need to release. So there's, again, remember we talked about the Ten of Swords. There's definitely something here that you need to release. An old mindset, you know, an old failure that maybe was stopping you from moving forward. Remember that failure is just research. And look, a new romantic cycle begins. And I do believe that the eclipse in April is in Libra. So something could be happening in that time for you, for relationships or new love, or just a new romantic cycle in your current partnership could also be a thing. I just saw 53:44 on the clock. 8:44 might be a number for you. But anyways, pile number 2, I hope that these messages resonated. If they did, please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Follow me on Instagram at Naughty_alchemy for daily messages. Or if you want to book a personal reading, you can reach me, or you can visit my website at naughty-alchemy.com to book a candle wax reading, to book Reiki services, to book coaching, to book tarot readings. Okay? Love you guys. Thank you for being here.